Well, thanks everybody for joining us today on Live Music Nation, the podcast where we try to unite fans, artists, agents, owners, and general managers to help solidify and strengthen live music for the future. And I am with Michelle. Tell me your last name.
Hosch, H-O-S-C-H.
H-O-S-H. So Michelle Hosch, she's with MK Entertainment out of Cedar Rapids.
Yep.
Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And Michelle, give us a little background on you, where you came from, and what you're doing now.
Okay, I'm always from Iowa. I've never moved out of the state. I live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I follow up on insurance claims for the University of Iowa. But my fun job is my business. I will book bands, plan events, and do a whole bunch of different stuff out in the public eye just to make some fun in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa area.
Okay, very cool. And you and I got to know each other just social media because we kind of have a common interest of some charitable concerts that we're talking about doing in the future. And you had reached out to us, and I looked at your profile and thought, man, this is somebody that I want to get to know and find out, just kind of pick your brain about this crazy time that we're in. And you and I both know as well that live music is one of those things that can really unite people in the experience of itself. So what got you into, let's talk specifically about event planning first. What really got you into event planning?
I've always been an event planner. Even when I was younger, I would always be the one that planned all of our, with my friends, plan all the events. And then I found some friends when I moved to Iowa City that were in Make-A-Wish. So I became a Make-A-Wish volunteer. And I planned 3 or 4 events a year with them. And then I just continued. Now I'll just decide to plan an event. Like, for instance, Toys for Tots. I'm doing a Toys for Tots in December, where we'll have it with a musician, a band. So, and then we'll try to go ahead and get a whole bunch of different people there to donate a toy. And then those toys will go to the children that are in need at this time of year. Last year we did it even during COVID, and we had a great turnout last year. So I'm hoping that this is better. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. What's a good way for somebody to get started in event planning? What would you suggest they do?
I think what helped me a lot was finding an organization that you love and that you want to be a part of. And then you can go from there and learn how to plan events. Your biggest thing is not to be afraid to ask for stuff where you need to go, like venue wise, asking for donations, what people want to do. Like, I've went anywhere from planning golf outings to big fundraisers, like charitable galas and stuff like that. So you just got to find like same kind of people that you want to be like, and then go from there. So that's what I did, is I just reached out to a whole bunch of different people that were in Make-A-Wish, and I just ran with it. So.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Where did the involvement of music come in for you?
I've been a music lover since I was young, very young. And so when I started being able to get into bars, I just followed a lot of bands. And then I mean, every weekend I was going out to hear different music, because music makes a person happy, no matter where if you're in a local bar, listening to a band or a concert, it always makes you happy. And everybody, they live for music. Everybody lives for music. So I like to go and hear music. And then when I went to Nashville, I'm like, I got to move down here. But then life got in my way and I never moved down there. So I thought I was going to bring Nashville to me. So I started reaching out to bands and just started booking for one band in particular. He taught me a lot and I taught him a lot. And we just went from there. So, and then I reached out to other bands. So.
Yeah, very, very cool. Okay, fun question. What's your all-time favorite show that you've ever seen, concert?
I'm a big Keith Urban lover, so
okay.
I have to say Keith Urban.
Okay, yeah, very cool.
I've been to 9 of his concerts, 9 or 10 concerts. Yeah.
Oh wow, very good, very good. Yeah. Let's talk about being a female in what has typically in the past been a male-dominated industry, and we're talking specifically music here. But from the record label to the AR agent to the booking agent and to the promoter down. It's been a very, it's kind of a good old boys club, I guess we'll call it. As a female, did you feel those challenges? You
know what? Not really. It wasn't so much as a male versus female. It was more of a relationship and how, not a relationship, but how my personality is compared to someone else's personality. So I've been pretty lucky as a female in this booking agent because I have a lot of support and a lot of people that are backing me up, like musicians. They're always trying to encourage me to do better and get to move on and get more bands and stuff like that. It's just sometimes when you have a personality clash with a musician, that's what gave me the most problems. But I just took them as lessons and learned from them and just try to find a way not to get them in my future plans. So I just worked on that.
Yeah. So just to avoid the situation if there's
Yep.
a problem. I got you. That makes good sense. Well, do you feel like as a gender, do you feel like maybe there's some advantages to being a female booking agent?
Yeah, I do, because I think that people want to help females. So even the musicians I've had in my past, or even ones that I've become friends with, they will come up to me and try to help me and try to see what I can do better with my business to make me more successful. So yeah, I've had a lot of encouragement from a lot of male musicians that want to see me thrive in my business. So it has helped.
Yeah, I think you touched on a key there, and you mentioned it, and then you kind of scratched it, but you said relationships, and I think sometimes if we just want to generalize, I think sometimes that females in general, they like the relationship aspect of a business. They value it, I think, more than a male might as it goes through there. So I think you kind of touched on something there that and then we always hear the typical that females tend to multitask better, run their households, run their workforce, kind of deal. And I think there's a little bit of that really fits. But I think it's encouraging for me to hear that a lot of up and coming females that are going to watch this, to know that there's a lot of people out there that want to help and got you started in this business and want to see you move to the next level. And you're no different than a musician. I mean, we all have the same goals as it goes through there. So what are some of the challenges that you've seen as an agent this year, specific in regards to COVID?
I truthfully, due to COVID, I have not started booking again. If I had a venue that reached out to me, I would help them find musicians, but I have not started booking for any musicians yet. And the only reason I haven't is because when it opened back up after COVID, somewhat, that, more venues were having music, more concerts were going on, more festivals, everybody went crazy and just started booking. And I figured I would use my time and start updating some of my spreadsheets or planning some events or doing something like that to utilize my time, because everybody was getting their schedule full already without my help or not. So I've actually had venues that reached out to me and I could not find them a musician at all because everybody was so booked already. So that was probably my biggest thing after COVID. Well, we still have COVID, but when it opened back up, that everyone went crazy.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I know, a lot of bands couldn't survive that 18 months off, and so they broke up and guys went different directions. What is something that, because for you as a promoter, as an event, what's the one thing that you really think makes an event or a live music event? What do you think is the one thing that makes it successful for you?
Promotion. You have to be able to know where to promote that event. And, so let's say, for instance, my event's at a bar. You want that bar to promote, you want yourself to promote, you want that musician to promote, you want everybody to promote that event. There's so many different ways on social media to promote right now. So promoting is a huge thing for your event. Unfortunately, we still have COVID out there and people are still afraid to come out in big crowds. So those fans can go ahead and share the event, can like the post, can comment on the post. They can still go ahead and follow your venue, follow your promotional, follow that show by doing those different things and sharing the event. It's just, promotion is huge right now. And we all have to do it to get back out in the music world. Yeah,
no, that makes good sense. I love that advice. You mentioned, we talked a little bit about, people are still a little hesitant about coming back out. And we've seen the numbers come in from the large festivals down to the small. The numbers aren't, where they were before. How long do you foresee that being an issue?
I think it's going to go somewhat down towards the end of the year because concerts and fairs are coming to an end due to, well, up in Iowa, I should say that,
Right.
due to the weather, that's approaching. But now we have football. So it's going to be a lot of outdoor shows in our area that are going to be not happening. But we're still going to have the indoor shows, but there's still social distance, and then they can only have a crowd capacity of so many people in their venue. So in our area or in the Midwest where you're going to get cold weather, you're not going to have those. So I think by the end of the year, it's going to start slowing down.
Gotcha. Besides buying tickets and going to the show, what are some ways that fans can support their artists, their favorite musician, their favorite bands? What are some ways that fans can support their favorite artists besides buying tickets?
Buying their merchandise, sharing their pages, commenting, liking, and just same with musicians. We all need to support each other, and same with myself. I finally went through last night and started liking and following more band pages in my area that I have not done so, which was bad on my part, but I finally took the time to do that last night. We all have to encourage each other, support each other. And what I like seeing is when there's other bands out there or venues that need shows, I get tagged in some of those for my friends to show me that bar is looking for a band. So it's just supporting those musicians by sharing, commenting, buying their merchandise and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. That's excellent stuff. So, well, Michelle, we look forward to working with you in the future, and we love Iowa. It's been great to us, and so I'm glad that you reached out. And hopefully, between the hospital concert series we have coming up that we're going to do, we get to work together a little bit and do some things there. So
I'm excited for that. I can't wait to hear the details on that.
Yeah, and so let me say thank you for sharing your knowledge, not only as an agent, as an event promoter, but as a female, as a leader in your industry, that nothing but good things coming your way. So we're grateful to have you on, and thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yes, I thank you, Jake.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and a no-joke